Hello, Ortega students. Welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about plein air art. Traditionally, plein air, it sounds fancy. It's a French word. It means to do painting outside, to create art outside. But it does not have to be just painting. There's so much inspiration to be found outside. We've had beautiful days. I think this would be the perfect opportunity to take our art boxes with all your materials, whatever you think you're going to need, bring it outside. Definitely, to do art, you're definitely going to need some paper. And because some of us might not have a table outside, you can bring maybe a book just to kind of be like your, I don't know, your easel type thing that you can draw on, your drawing board. Some great materials we'll go over, but I just want to, I'm going to put you on to our lesson today, and we'll just talk about some of the things that we can do outside. So I'm going to screen share. Okay. All right. So that is today's challenge, is to make our art outside. And it's beautiful out. Even if it's not beautiful, you can always find inspiration. It's nice to get some fresh air. So here, some students are in the garden at Ortega, and here's some artwork that they did last year. Creating art outside is called plein air. It's a French term that means out of doors and refers usually to the practice of painting an entire picture outside. So you wouldn't just start the picture outside and then bring it inside. You would do it all outside. But that's just a traditional term. There's definitely some leeway there. So as long as you're just inspired by outside, I think that would be wonderful for this lesson. Here's some materials that I think you might be interested in bringing. You don't have to bring these materials. You might just want to bring paper and a pencil, but definitely being outside is very inspiring. So there's crayons, markers, paper, colored pencils, regular pencils, and watercolors. Watercolors are great because they're pretty simple to bring outside. You have your palette, your watercolor palette. You'll need a paintbrush and then like a little cup of water and some paper. So it's pretty easy medium to try outside. It's a lot of fun if you want to try that. Once outside, you can find lots of inspiration. You might hear some kids playing or birds tweeting, and maybe you'll just be inspired by the sounds, and maybe you'll just make some brush strokes or some colorful squiggles that might represent something you heard, just some fun. It doesn't have to look like anything. Inspiration can make us think of shapes, colors. It doesn't have to necessarily look like something, but if you're inspired by a tree or a flower and you want to try to draw that, that's great. What do you see? Do you see the colors and shapes? Maybe you want to try to draw a flower, and I think that would be beautiful too. Let's see, what do you smell? Sometimes you might smell something that might think of like a color that you might want to put in your painting, maybe an abstract, just thinking, and all the five senses. What does outside represent to you? What can you feel? Some of those plants, they have like a nice texture, like a soft texture, or you can feel a breeze. Those can be very inspiring. Maybe you can represent that in some way. And what do you taste? Are there any herbs in your garden or anything? Or do you just, maybe if you just stick your tongue out and do you taste maybe the wind or something in the air? So I think it's just great to be out of our house in the fresh air and just getting inspiration from what is out there. That's pretty much it. You just gotta go outside, find a place to sit down, and then see what inspires you. It might take a minute. You might just sit down and look around and think. Like, just feel. What do you feel? I guess. What is inspiring that day? And if nothing in that place, maybe you try a different place, and maybe you're just not feeling it that day, and that's fine too. You can always come back. There's no amount of times you can try this. It's whatever you feel like. So your mission is to have fun and try doing some art outside. That is your challenge. And then I just had like a little reminder that art is not just about what you make. It's about enjoying yourself, developing your craft, and trying something new. So miss you guys. Have fun. I will see you later.